living there, after World War II ended, the Russian occupied it, and then it became the German Democratic Republic, and my dad was the manager of a furniture factory. They were making, bedroom and living room furniture. And still in 1953, they still had electric shortages in the German Democratic Republic. So they had an edict from the government that every factory had to have half the workers work a night shift so that the electricity consumption would be split between day and night, evenly.
Yep.
So half the electricity use was at day and half was at night. And my dad came up with the idea he had just a few, I think 3 or 4 machines that used a lot of electricity. So he decided to have the people that operated those machines work at night and let everybody else work during the daytime. And that split the electricity in half, okay? So they used half at night, half at day. But somehow one of the workers, probably, they had a union, and some of them were very 100% kind of guys, must have reported him because the head of the union was a good friend of my dad's, and he came to him and said, "Look, Walter, somehow it got out that you didn't have half the people working during the night, and these guys are just looking for a way to take the factory." It was still private at the time, to take the factory away from the private owner. And they're investigating this, and probably what will happen, there were going to be some scapegoats, and you're going to be one of them. So he came home, and he said to us, "Hey, what do you," especially to me, I was the oldest, he said, "What do you think? Should we maybe just leave East Germany and get the hell out of here before I end up in jail?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely." So we sort of took the rest of the evening, to figure out everything we wanted to do. And then the first thing in the morning, we took a train into Berlin. First, my dad and my youngest brother took the first train. They took the train into Berlin, and then they had to switch to the elevator train that was still running from the east across to the west at that time. There was no wall, you could still travel between east and west. The only kicker was you couldn't take any suitcases, because if you had a suitcase, and in the last East Berlin station, the Volkspolizei, which they called themselves, they were checking every train. If you had a suitcase, they would pull you off the train and interrogate you. So if you wanted to leave, you just take a little briefcase and nobody asked any questions. So anyway, my dad, my youngest brother left on the first train, and me, my older brother, we left on the next train, and we went to the west.